about my cheating girlfriend when love starts feeling wrong. You never think it'll happen to you. You hear about people getting cheated on, you feel bad, you shake your head. Maybe you even judge them a little. But when it happens to you, you stop judging. You start questioning everything. That's how this story begins, not with rage, not with a breakup, not even with a clue. It begins with something smaller, something quieter, a feeling. A small, uncomfortable shift in the air between two people who used to be inseparable. She was perfect, or at least that's what everyone said. Funny, smart, spontaneous. Kind of girl who could walk into a room and make you forget every reason you ever had to doubt love. They'd been together for almost 3 years. They had routines, Friday movie nights, Sunday morning pancakes, random midweek drives just to talk about life. That's why it hit harder when things began to change. It didn't happen overnight. It never does. Cheating doesn't start with a kiss, it starts with emotional distance. At first, it was the phone. She used to leave it anywhere, on the bed, on the counter, face up. Now, it was always face down. Notifications off. Her screen time shot up, but her replies to him got shorter. Then came the laughter. She'd sit in the corner, giggling at something on her phone, and when he'd ask, she'd say, "Just ma'ams." But when he reached over to see, she'd lock the screen too quick, almost instinctive. That's the first real sign most people miss, the micro-defensiveness. When your partner protects their phone like it holds state secrets, it usually does. At night, she used to tell him everything, how her day went, who annoyed her, who made her smile. She just said it was fine. And every fine felt like another brick in a wall he couldn't see over. He started doubting himself. Maybe he was overthinking. Maybe she was just busy. Maybe she was tired. That's the second sign. You start gaslighting yourself before they even do it. Because you don't want to believe that someone who once swore love under the stars could be loving someone else under different ones. On Friday night, she said she was going out with her friends. He didn't think much of it. She deserved her space. But something felt off. She wore perfume she usually saved for date nights. She spent an hour doing her hair. And when she left, she didn't kiss him goodbye, just a wave, a smile, and the click of the door. He waited. He stared at his phone, checking the clock, checking her location, which, interestingly, was turned off. That's when he knew. He didn't have proof yet, but he had instinct. And instinct doesn't lie. People do. The silent investigation. And when love starts feeling wrong, you have two choices: accuse without proof and become the paranoid boyfriend. Collect quiet truth, piece by piece, until there's no room left for lies. He chose option 2. He didn't hack her phone or go through her messages. That's not how smart people find the truth. He observed. He started with patterns. When did she text the most? When was she suddenly busy? He noticed a rhythm. Her mood would spike around 8 p.m. She'd smile at her phone, laugh quietly, then disappear to the bathroom. Every single night. Then he noticed location inconsistencies. She'd say she was grabbing coffee with Sarah, but her Instagram stories would show city lights, not coffee shops. He started screenshotting, not to stalk, but to document. Because when people lie, timestamps don't. The next week, he decided to test her honesty. He told her he had to work late on Friday, but he didn't. He wanted to see what she'd do when she thought he wasn't watching. At 7:45 p.m., she texted, "Gonna hang out with the girls." At 9 p.m., her phone went silent. By 9:15, she turned off her location again. But here's where she made a mistake. She forgot one small thing. Their Netflix account was shared. And at 9:40 p.m., someone logged in on her phone watching a romantic movie. He could see the profile she used. She wasn't with her friends. She was with someone who liked the same genre she once said she hated. That was enough to fuel suspicion, but not enough for truth. So he waited again. A few days later, he noticed a new name pop up on her photos. "Alex liked your picture." It didn't seem like much. but the same Alex liked every post from the last 2 months. Every selfie, every quote, even old ones he hadn't posted in years. He clicked on Alex's profile. Public. And that's when the puzzle started fitting together. Gym photos near her neighborhood, tagged in places she recently visited, comments that seemed innocent but flirty, looking good. Trouble. Someone's glowing lately. And she'd reply with laughing emojis, always the same ones, always playful. The thing about social media is people think they can cheat discreetly in a public place. They forget that the internet never forgets. The trap, he didn't want revenge. He wanted truth, so he designed a test, not digital, but psychological. One night, he mentioned the fake coworker. Alicia said she was new, funny, and a little too flirty. Her reaction was everything. She got defensive, sarcastic, even accused him of trying to make her jealous, and that's how he knew guilt often projects itself. Cheaters hate the idea of being cheated on because it mirrors their own betrayal. He let her cool down, then planned the final step. He backed up her photos from the shared cloud, a feature she'd forgotten they enabled. Among selfies and food pictures, there was one photo that broke everything. A mirror photo, her hand on someone's shoulder, not his. The reflection showed a male wristwatch. It wasn't edited, it wasn't ambiguous. It was truth, raw and heavy. That night, he didn't scream. He didn't call. He just sat there staring at that photo until the world felt hollow. Then he did something most people can't. He went to sleep. Because he knew tomorrow he'd take his power back. The confrontation morning came like a verdict. She walked in smiling like nothing happened. He made her coffee, calm, quiet, and then he placed his phone on the table. The screen lit up, the photo glared back at her. She froze, eyes widened, pulse racing. He didn't say a word. Just asked one question, who's he? For a few seconds, silence did what words never could. Then came the usual script, denial, confusion, fake laughter. When that didn't work, she cried, said it was a mistake, said it meant nothing. But he wasn't listening to words anymore. He was watching her eyes, the eyes that once sparkled with love now looked for escape. And then, calmly, he said, I wasn't looking to catch you. I was hoping to prove myself wrong. That's what broke her. Because the worst punishment for a liar is facing someone who discovered the truth without losing their peace. He stood up, walked away, and never looked back. The lesson catching a cheating partner isn't about revenge. It's about reclaiming clarity. You don't need to hack phones or stalk or scream. All you need is awareness and self-respect. Here's what this story teaches. Trust patterns, not words. Words lie easily. Patterns don't. Don't confront too early. Let them build the illusion long enough to reveal themselves. Stay calm when the truth arrives. Losing control gives them power. Silence takes it back. Walk away with dignity. Can't fix someone who chooses betrayal. And finally, never forget this. You don't lose a cheater. You simply set yourself free from someone too weak to value loyalty. She thought I'd never know. But the thing about lies is, they always leave footprints, and love always finds them. Subscribe this channel for more stories.